Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I have these Tarte concealers that we are going to be doing a little concealer combat with. So I picked up the new Shape Tape Radiant Concealer in the shade 16N. I do have a full review over this, so I'm going to have my concealer playlist linked in a pinned comment in case you want to check out this review and tons of other concealer reviews that I've done. But I want to put it to the test against the Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer because I think we're going to see some similarities between the two. Now, I have two different shades in here. So for the Ultra Creamy, I have shade 12S and then 16N over here. So it's going to look a little strange, but I want to see the performance. I want to see the coverage. This says it's full coverage. This says it is medium buildable coverage. I want to see how it's going to look on my 41-year-old normal to oily skin for the next 10 hours. If you guys want to see this little mini concealer combat in action, keep on watching. I'm also going to be testing out the new Moira powder foundation. So I'm doing like 2 reviews in one today. Let's start with the Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer. Again, I have shade 12S in this one. This is going to provide more of a natural finish, but I will say, going back to the new Shape Tape Radiant Concealer, which is available on the Tarte website and on QVC, this turns into a natural finish later on throughout the day, and I am going to be setting both of them because I want to just wear them the way I normally would my makeup. So we're going to use the Ultra Creamy on the left side and we're going to do the Radiant on the right side. Now before I apply the concealer, I'm going to be using this primer. This is one of my favorite Holy Grail primers and it is the Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer from Essence. This is only like $6 online at Ulta. Alright, so first up is the Ultra Creamy Concealer in shade 12S. This also retails for $31 and it also comes in 35 different shades. This is going to provide a natural finish. You do have the same type of large doe foot applicator. I'm going to apply a little bit down here because this is normally where I would spot conceal. I'm going to use my Rare Beauty concealer brush to start blending that out. Now this is going to be a full coverage moisturizing foundation. It says that it's good for all skin types, especially dry, mature skin. I don't know, I did review this when it was initially released, and I mean, it was alright. I don't remember it doing too terrible. To be honest, I don't reach for this concealer too much, but you can see that it is doing a good job of concealing the redness and the under eye circles, dark circles. All right, now we're going to jump over to the right side, and this is where we're going to do the new Radiant Concealer in the shade 16N. Now this concealer is obviously going to be more of a radiant finish, a super lightweight concealer that's going to provide hydration with a medium coverage or medium buildable finish. And it also retails for $31. Right now, I've only seen this at QVC and at the Tarte website. At QVC, you do get a little makeup sponge with it. I think on the Tarte website, you just get it on its own. And there are also 35 shades to choose from. Okay. So I can see a difference in coverage right here. The Ultra Creamy, I think it looks, you know, a little more concealed than on this side. So I do want to add just a little bit more of the Radiant right here. This is always the area where I typically spot conceal since I do have larger pores and minor discoloration. Now I typically do, since I'm doing powder foundation, I just add a little bit of powder foundation to my nose. I mean, not powder foundation, but concealer to my nose. just to kind of help grip the powder. And I have a little zit on this side, so I'm going to go back to the ultra creamy one since it's on the left side of the face. We'll cover that up hopefully real quick. Alright, so this is how the under eyes are looking. I'm just going to press, change sides, make sure there's no creases. Now, I am going to set the under eye concealer with one of my favorite new loose powders, and it's from Moira, and it is their Set and Correct loose powder in the shade 05 Rose Pink. I typically don't do powder foundation under my eyes, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and take care of this now. And you guys should see these videos go up like one right after the other, so you'll know. If you watch them both, you'll know. You'll see the full extent of the application. But okay, we have Ultra Creamy on this side. We have the new Radiant Concealer on this side. How do you think they're looking? Especially under the eye area. On the sides of the cheeks. I'm going to be wearing this for the next 10 hours. I will do a 5-hour check-in during my lunch break, and once I get home from work, we will wrap up this little concealer combat, trying out the new Tarte Radiant Concealer, putting it head-to-head with the Ultra Creamy Concealer. So let's see who's going to win today's battle. Okay, guys, so here we go. Concealer combat with Tarte. Ultra Creamy over here on the left eye and the new Radiant over here on the right eye. I don't see a difference. I really don't see much creasing or anything. I think I can see a slight difference in coverage. This one does say it is going to be fuller coverage, the Ultra Creamy Concealer, and then the new Radiant Concealer is definitely more of a medium coverage. But I mean, at a distance, if you were just having a regular conversation with me in person, you wouldn't be able to tell I was wearing two different concealers, let alone two different shades of concealer, because this is a lighter one, this is a darker one. But I will say this is definitely the more lighter weight formula of the two. But I think they look pretty much identical right now. We'll see how they look in 5 more hours, and then we'll wrap up this concealer combat. Tarte Ultra Creamy versus the new Radiant Shape Tape Concealer. Okay, guys, so we've come to the end of this concealer combat. It has been 10 hours that I've been wearing this concealer. I'm really glad that you can't see a major shade difference. This shade is 12S. This is the Ultra Creamy Concealer side, and this shade is 16N. This is the new Radiant Concealer side. So I'm gonna right off the bat, like I mentioned in the 5-hour check-in, you're not going to know just by looking at me, talking to me in person, that I'm wearing two different concealers. I think they wear very similarly. I think the Radiant Concealer is definitely the lighter weight concealer of the two, but it also has less coverage. I am not, there's nothing wrong with either one of these concealers, to be honest. I do wish I had a little bit more coverage on the Radiant side, but again, I can always, add in a corrector and then go in with this on top, and that'll take care of it. I think you get definitely more coverage with the Ultra Creamy Concealer. I like it. And for those of you who don't like the original Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, I think either one of these are going to work out best for you. They both come in 35 different shades, and they both retail for about $31. I guess I don't really, I think they're even. I think they both wore identically. Like, I didn't see that, there was a difference in coverage. I didn't see them, really accentuating any texture. I think with that Moira powder, and then I am wearing the new Moira powder foundation, I think everything just looked and wore great. Even on the sides of my cheeks where I spot concealed, I mean, I don't have any issues. I think we have a tie. But because I don't want to have a tie, because this is like a kind of like a ranking video, I guess I'm gonna have to give it to the Ultra Creamy side, just because it has a smidge more coverage than the Radiant side. But honestly, guys,
either one is gonna work. I think if you have Ultra Creamy and you like it, don't run out and purchase the Radiant. Now, if you have the original Shape Tape and you're thinking, you know what, Steph, I'm getting older, that's just too drying for me, then maybe you want to try the Radiant one. And maybe you don't need to cover a lot. Maybe you don't have a lot of imperfections, a lot of, hyperpigmentation or dark circles under the eyes or whatnot. Then I think the Radiant would work just fine. Or if you're just looking for something that's a little bit more hydrating but still gives you full coverage, then the Ultra Creamy is going to be the one to go with. But let me know your thoughts now, guys. What are your thoughts on both of these concealers? So which do you think? What side do you think looks better? Keep in mind, guys, that when I do these check-ins, I do film on my phone, so it reverses, like it flips the side. So I know one of you commented, Steph, you pointed to the wrong side. No, it's just because the camera flips it when I film with my phone, but I'm pointing to the right sides, trust me, right now. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about both of these concealers, if you have them already or if you're planning on picking any of them up. Sound off in the comments down below, and I'm gonna have my concealer combat playlist linked in a pinned comment. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night wherever it is y'all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water, and I'm going to see y'all very soon. Bye.